All right, hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith. Now, traditionally and habitually, most people would make a video telling you everything that's good about their own style, right? Which, I guess I have made videos like that in the past. But now I'm going to actually make a video about what I don't like about the style of martial arts that I studied for a total of 6 years. Um, the first thing I don't like is that kata is supposedly one quarter of the promotion standard, but so you spend an awful lot of time memorizing 100 move sequences of katas, and that time could be better spent doing reps of the techniques themselves, of the underlying bunkai techniques themselves, rather than doing kata memorization. Um, so I didn't like that about the style of Isshinryu. Um, Another thing I didn't like is that several of the basic hand strikes, not the kicks though, but several of the basic hand strikes seem to be redundant. Um, there's not a lot of difference between a spear hand and an open five finger eye gouge, you know. And a spear hand to the throat is overrated unless you're like a 10th dan black belt. You're not going to be able to spear hand to the throat any more effectively than a web hand to the throat or a punch to the throat. Um, so I didn't like those seemingly redundant strikes in basics class, and now I did like the fact that you're encouraged to cross train in Isshinryu, and Isshinryu is in fact a merger of several of the supposedly best styles at everything. All right, so that's good. I didn't like the fact that we were supposed to memorize the names of every grandmaster that ever had anything to do with Tatsu Shimabuku, because that memorization of history of the art is for scholars, it's not for students. All right, so it's kind of silly to start people off memorizing that lore um, at lower belt ranks. Uh, uh, Trying to think what else. And like every style, you fall into the trap of thinking your style is the best style out there, but just because you're invested in thinking that it's the best style out there. So everybody, including the BJJ guys, has a personal bias toward their own style, whether or not they'll admit it.